Emma had always been different from other children. While her peers played in the sun, she spent her days confined to her bed, her body frail from illness, her energy fading with each passing day. Yet, in the stillness of the night, when the world was asleep, Emma found herself in a different realm, one of beautiful landscapes, endless skies, and stars that twinkled like diamonds. In this place, there was a man. Every night, without fail, he appeared in her dreams. Tall, with piercing silver eyes, and hair that shimmered like moonlight. He never spoke much, but his presence filled her with warmth, as if his very being could chase away all the darkness and fear in her heart. His name was Kylam, though Emma didn't know that at the time. She had no idea where he came from or why he always appeared. As time passed, Emma grew to love him. Each dream was like a treasure, and every morning she awoke with a bittersweet longing, wishing she could stay in that world forever. Her doctors said it was just her imagination, a side effect of her sickness. Her family, too, brushed off the dreams as nothing more than wishful thinking. But Emma knew better. In the dream world, she felt alive. She felt safe. And most importantly, she felt loved. The man who saved her every night had become her anchor, her protector, and her only constant in a world that was slipping away from her. As Emma's condition worsened, the visits from Kylam grew more intense. The dreams were no longer mere escapes from the pain of her illness, they were lifelines. With every visit, she felt herself growing stronger, her heart swelling with emotions she didn't fully understand. She dreamed of running through fields of wildflowers with him, of standing together on the edge of a cliff, gazing at the vast, starry sky. But one night, the dream was different. Instead of the familiar landscape, Emma found herself standing in front of a glowing door, one that appeared to be made entirely of light. Kylam was waiting for her on the other side, his usual smile replaced by a solemn expression. "Emma," he said softly, his voice more distant than she had ever heard it before. "You've come to the edge of your journey. The time has come for you to make a choice." Emma's heart raced. "What do you mean?" she asked, her voice trembling. "You've been living between two worlds, the world of dreams and the world of the living," Kylam explained. "And now, you must choose which world you wish to stay in. If you stay here with me, in the dream realm, you will be free of pain. But if you return to the waking world, you will leave me behind." Tears filled Emma's eyes as she struggled to understand. "I don't want to leave you," she whispered, her voice breaking. "I don't want to wake up without you." Kylam stepped forward, gently cupping her face in his hands. "But if you choose to stay here, you will never know the life you were meant to live. You will never know the people who love you, or the life that you could have had. You must choose, Emma." The weight of his words pressed heavily on her heart. The following day, Emma's condition deteriorated rapidly. The doctors gathered around her bed, trying desperately to stabilize her, but nothing seemed to work. Emma could feel the world around her slipping away, and yet, her thoughts were consumed by the dream Kylam had shown her. That night, when she closed her eyes, she was back at the glowing door, standing before Kylam. The familiar comfort of his presence filled her, but this time, she could see the sadness in his eyes. "I can't bear to lose you," Emma whispered. "I don't want to forget you, Kylam. But I don't want to leave everyone behind." Kylam's expression softened. "You don't have to forget me, Emma. You will always carry a piece of me in your heart. But you must choose life, even if it means leaving me behind." Emma looked down at her hands, her body weak and frail. She thought of her family, her parents who had always been by her side, her friends who loved her. They still needed her, even though her body was failing her. She could not abandon them. Tears welled up in her eyes, and she made her decision. "I choose life," she said, her voice steady despite the pain she felt in her heart. "I'll go back. I'll live for them." Kylam's eyes filled with sorrow, but he nodded. "I will never truly leave you, Emma. You've touched my heart in a way that no mortal ever has. Remember that, always." The dream world began to fade, the glowing door disappearing as Emma felt herself being pulled back to the waking world. She felt her heart race, her body jerking with life as her breath returned. Emma woke in a hospital bed, her family gathered around her, their faces pale with worry. But as she opened her eyes, they immediately lit up with relief. "You're awake," her mother exclaimed, hugging her tightly. Emma smiled weakly, but something inside her had changed. She felt stronger, healthier. It was as though the illness that had plagued her for so long had vanished without a trace. As the doctors marveled at her unexpected recovery, Emma's thoughts drifted to Kylam. She couldn't forget him, she would never forget him. Even though he was gone from her world, she could still feel his presence in her heart. And every night, as she drifted off to sleep, she knew she would meet him again in the realm of dreams. But there was something that always puzzled her. Why did Kylam cry every time she smiled? She never asked him, but she knew deep down that he had made the ultimate sacrifice for her to live. She carried his love and promise within her, knowing that no matter how far apart they were, their hearts would always be connected. And so, Emma chose life. And in her dreams, Kylam would always be there, waiting for her.